Well, hello, my friends. I always feel like it surprises me when it actually goes live. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I am a newbie. Those of you that do not know, this is a new endeavor that I am doing and trying to get over here on the YouTube space. My name is Amy. I am a hope slinger, and what that means very simply is I am here to give encouragement, kingdom encouragement, and hope. And I facilitate healing through my ministry. And I say my ministry, it's really Papa's ministry that my husband and I co founded almost 2 years ago. So I have, done some things, whatever, like that doesn't, don't take that for, don't hear what I'm not saying. I have been on Facebook. I have done live things. I go and lead worship and blah, blah, blah. That doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is that I have not done too much of that in a consistent basis and manner on YouTube. And about a month ago, that was the direction I was led in. So, very loyal. I mean, I am just very loyal. And so, if I'm told to do a thing, I'm going to do a thing until I'm redirected. And this is what we get to do. So, we're finishing up. Friday will be 3 weeks. Crazy. And we're going to take until the 26th of September, 8 weeks. Okay. And we are going to be looking at one verse. I have affectionately called this one verse, one voice. And that's what we're going to be looking at. One verse. And the verse that is going to be highlighted is Galatians 6:9. Now, I have been reading it out of my dad's New King James. If you've been here with me, you have heard that he went to go meet Jesus face to face about a year ago. And my heart grieves for him still. But we are commanded, and not just commanded, but we have been given this superpower that we don't have to grieve with no hope. Hi. We don't have to grieve with no hope. And so that's how I think of my dad. And I know that I'm going to see him again someday. Amen. That gives me hope. But what we're going to do, he had that he gave to me, a New King James. He was a cowboy preacher. So, like, he has a lot of good notes in his Bible. And he gave me a rich heritage that way. But I wanted to read Galatians 6:9. Out of my own Bible, my Life Recovery Bible, if that tells you anything. Yes, I have recovered from a few things, my friends. Okay, so that's how mine starts. So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. Now, I don't know about you, but I like it. The New King James is very much more down to earth. I would call it down to earth. That's probably not a good thing way to describe it. But the New King James reads, "And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not lose heart." That is also really good. That is really also good. Hi, yes, I celebrate freedom from alcohol and people-pleasing pride. My name is Amy. That's what I have recovered from. Thank you for the question. So tonight, though, I wanted to look out of my Bible, the Life Recovery Bible, And it is a New Living Translation. Yes, it is the Steelers Bible. I'm just offending people all over the place, aren't I? First, we're talking about the Bible, and then I whip out my Steelers Bible. Come on now. Because there's something that I want to look at tonight, and I want to draw your attention to tonight. Okay, because last night we talked about how the growth of something, I'm sorry, not last night. Oh, okay. So I have to apologize. I have to apologize. Hey, um, while studying a verse that says, do not grow tired and don't grow weary in doing good, I fell asleep. I just didn't get it done. Is it a huge thing in the world? No, but it's a huge thing to me because I promised you guys that we would not miss a night, and I missed last night. So I apologize. I have no excuses other than it just did not happen. But the good news is I did do an extra one in the last 2 weeks. So technically our count will still be the same. It's just that I didn't get it made. But what we talked about the previous time, I should say, is about growing weary and about how we are commanded not to grow weary. So it's not as if we're not going to be weary. It's not as if we're not going to have tiredness and weariness invite us to just hang out and stay there and build a house. But it's that we're not supposed to grow. We're not supposed to feed that. We're not supposed to stay there. So when it comes around that when you do have a time or a season or something that is incredibly difficult for you, we can take heart in the fact that we are given other options. So it says, do not grow weary. So that means don't feed that weariness. But if we're going to have the seasons of weariness, okay. I know that light goes out when hope goes out to people. And I know this about the light is that it covers the darkness. And this verse is a very, very good reminder of the light. And even when we feel ourselves being invited to be tired, we can look at this verse and say, but we don't have to choose the invitation. Now that's kind of grown-up stuff. I get it. That's not real feel good. But that's an option that we have. As little Christ-like ones, which is actually what a Christian is, just a little Christ-like follower, we do have an option of something different. Today has been a super great example because today, since about the first of the year, actually, it has been an incredible season of ramped up activity, like in my business, because of what is happening to my husband. And as we are navigating him being disabled and everything that goes along with it, we have had to have a whole new, it's been a learning curve, right? And so one of the things is, as picking up slack and as doing things that I haven't had to do before, to this degree, there have been tiredness. It is a season. It is a season of busyness, and not bad busyness, just like a season of survival. And so I have to be very, very careful. And I want to share a couple things that stood out today that I'm hoping, I'm praying will be of help to you too. If you as well find yourself in the seasons of maybe, ramped up activity, or that you're running a risk of being more tired than usual. Okay, one thing is and it sounds counterintuitive, but number one, don't ignore it. Doesn't that sound weird? Don't ignore it. Don't try to be Superman, Superwoman, and just think, nope, Bible tells me not to grow weary, so I'm just not going to grow weary. Here's a thought, perhaps changing that perspective a little bit to say, this is depleting my energy, but his word also tells me that he is seen best, and my faith is being perfected in my weakness. See, if you know that in your weakness, that's when he shines strong, then it's like there's no stigma in saying that you feel a certain way, right? Because you know that on the back side and front side and all around that weakness, he is jumping in. He is jumping in to carry you. So that's the one thing. Try to see what he says about carrying us. Admit it, that might be a real season in your life, and then see what he has to say about it. Okay, so that was one thing. And then the other thing today was to just understand that our time here, oh, this is going to sound so, well, it's just going to say, it's going to sound good. It'll sound however it's supposed to sound to whomever it's supposed to sound. And that is simply that our time here is short. Went to a meeting tonight, and we talked about somebody who, that we don't have any more time with. And it was very unexpected. So that would be the second thing that I would say, is just understand that these seasons that we're in that can sometimes make us so tired, they can change in an instant. They can change. And I'm not talking just like for the bad. I'm saying your time out of that tiresome season might be right around the corner. And I pray that if you are feeling tired in this season, if you feel like you're stuck in that season, just ponder that a little bit tonight. Like, maybe you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but what if you could? What would it look like? What would it look like? So just a couple things that I hope will help you as we combat the weariness, as we talk about this, like real applications that could actually be helpful. And I just really want to encourage you to have conversation with God about it. I know that's probably going to make people make fun of me even more. I don't know if they could make fun of me even more, because there's been some pretty interesting comments. I think that's, though, how I know that it's how we all can know, and we should know, when we're on to something, we don't need people's approval about it. When we're running in our own lane, and when we are sure of what we are doing, people may get it, people may not, and it's okay. It is really okay. So I am just going to choose to continue loving, continue to encourage. I'm going to continue to be here every night, except for last night. I'm so sorry. Other than that, every night during the week. And we're going to do this, like I said, till the end of September. A couple things I do want to point out. If you want more information about the ministry or anything, just to see what it's about, you can always go to my website, and that is simply amyallman.com, just like it's spelled here on my YouTube channel. And I really thank you for you kind people out there. We are slowly growing the subscriber list, and I'm so excited about that. Not because it's a number, but because I love being an encouragement to people, and I love slinging the hope. And so when people subscribe, then this is good. Hope is going out there. You don't have to look far to find not hopeful stuff, but sometimes you have to dig a little bit to find the hopeful stuff. And definitely going to be here on this channel. Okay, you guys, good night. Have a great night. We will see you back here tomorrow talking more about Galatians 6:9, and maybe we'll look at it again from the different version, different translation. Kind of fun to do that. You guys take care. Tell a friend. Come back and meet me tomorrow night. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.